Watching this show, your brain is taking in all kinds of sights and sounds and zeroing in on just a few. It's making thoughts, memories, and at the same time it is helping you stay alert and breathe. The New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science is inviting you to get an inside look at your supercomputer upstairs.
Take a look at these two shapes. One is called Kiki and the other Booba. Which is which? As discovered in Brain the Inside Story, now on exhibit at the New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science, people often connect sights, sounds, and other sensations that have similar qualities. Which is why most folks will call this shape Kiki and this shape Booba.
It's amazing just how much we do know about a brain that we didn't know before.
Brain the Inside Story was developed by the American Museum of Natural History in New York, with collaboration from international entities. Hot on the heels of the New Mexico Museum of Natural History's success of Da Vinci the Genius, this show was brought to New Mexico to run in concert with another touring production produced by the DEA.
We had already made plans to bring in an exhibit on drug addiction, and I felt that it would add some depth and breadth to this addiction story.
The show explores the way our human brains work, specifically how it processes our senses, our emotions, our critical thinking, and what happens to the brain as we age.
And I think most people want to know that the aging brain is going to be really beneficial for people to understand what really happens to the brain as we age, and how do we make it happen less often or less frequently, or how can we attack this issue so that we live the best life we know how.
Deep in the center of the brain.
In addition to the show's stunning visuals, there are a number of interactives and high-tech teaching tools for audiences of all ages.
A young woman who is rehearsing for a program at the Juilliard School. She wants to get into the Juilliard School. She does a beautiful dance, and the demonstration shows you what she's using in her brain as she dances. There's languages you can try. You can see how when you try to say a new language, a new word, how that compares with the actual language and whether you're close or very far away from that word. You can do a puzzle in a mirror, which challenges your ideas of forward and backward and helps you to understand how your brain adapts to what it needs to know and learns slowly what it takes to do something well.
The show also features actual specimens of the organ, preserved for comparison and study by scientists and laypersons alike.
Right behind me you see a human brain that has been plastinated. Some people remember this from an exhibit that was here in Albuquerque not too long ago where they had plastinated bodies. Well, there are 3 plastinated brains in the exhibit. They are real human brains, and they demonstrate, the 2 brains in the back of the exhibit demonstrate the brain with and without Alzheimer's, so you can see exactly which parts of the brain are affected by Alzheimer's.
And it is the study and treatment of degenerative diseases of the brain that drew Executive Director Margie Marino to the show on a more personal level.
40 years ago, my father suffered a very extreme brainstem stroke, and he had multiple mini strokes after that, to the point where he was almost vegetative. He was laying in bed, and we didn't really understand what he could see, what he could hear, what he understood, and we talked to him all the time. We spent 4 years taking care of him while he was in that state, not knowing what he understood about what we were doing, or whether he was comforted at all by us being there. It was just really a painful experience. And now, today, if they had taken an MRI of him and they'd have studied his brain, they would have known exactly what he understood, and we would have known how to take care of him better. You know, so much of this is 40 years too late for my father, but not for people today who are suffering brain issues, and now they understand so much more. So it does mean a lot to me to help people understand what we do know and what we still need to know about the brain.
A thought-provoking, complex, and deeply human exhibition. Brain the Inside Story is a must-see for guests of the New Mexico Museum of Natural History and Science.
Brain the Inside Story is a touring exhibition, so be sure to catch it before it rolls out of town. If you want more information on it, just head over to NewMexicoLivingLocal.com.